How many squares in shape 15? And how do you know? So figure or shape 15. How do you know? Who's got an answer for me? Jaden, you said you had one. Would you mind sharing? 60. What do you think? 61. Anybody else? 61? Yeah? 61. He likes that too. Anybody else? Yeah, we're liking 61 maybe? How did we get to either one of those? They're very close together. What did you do? Or what did you notice?
I noticed that you're adding like 4. So I put like figure 15 subtracted figure 3 and then did I got 14 add 13.
Okay, did you guys hear what he said? Just say no. No. Can you repeat that one more time a little bit louder?
It's confusing for me too.
Okay, that's all right. Just try again. Say it a little bit louder, maybe a little bit slower. If you can. You said you noticed.
That you're adding 4 to like each one. So I took 15
Uh-huh.
and then subtracted like figure 3.
So you took figure 15.
Yeah, so there's 13 in figure 3. And
Okay.
just continue to add 4 each time. So like you get 48, and 48 plus 13, and then 60.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah, no, I added wrong. I got 61 too.
you got 61 too. Okay. All right. Anybody have a different way to explain how they got 50 or 61? Yes.
You're basically adding, okay, so the square in the middle is basically the base, and then for each figure, the number of the figures, how many squares they're adding to the fourth corner. So for figure 15, you're adding 15 squares. So I multiply 15 by 4, and then the square in the middle is 61.
15 times 4. So you're not, okay. I did this incorrectly according to what you said. You're talking about the one single square in the middle, right? So she saw this, and so this would have been figure 1 times 4 plus the one in the middle. Something like that? Okay. This would be figure 2, which has 2 sets of 4 plus the one in the middle, right? So figure 15 would be figure 15 times 4 plus the one in the middle. Okay? Does that make sense? So that is 60 plus 1 gives 61. Anybody see a different method that they want to share? This is good to see all the possible methods. Yeah? Okay. I have a different method too. We'll see if yours is the same as mine. What did you see?
I saw the 5 squares in the middle, so I had 5, and then times 14 times 4, because that's how much we at each side.
5 times 14 times?
No, 14 times 4
Oh, okay.
plus 5.
14 times 4. So this would be figure 15 14 times 4 plus 5. That's basically what I saw too. Whatever the figure number is, you would take 1 less than that times 4, and then add the 5, which were in here. Okay? Anybody else got a different method? So then maybe you know what my next question is. What's my next question? Yes, how many squares are there for figure n? How many squares? How many squares in figure n? Monier. Monier. Come on, say with me. How many squares are there in figure n? So with what you said to Josie, yours would be what? Mm-hmm. 4 times n, whatever n is for that figure number, plus 1, right? And for Tori and I, we said, watch this. It'll be a little different initially. Ours would be n, do you know? I should let you do it. You said 14 times 4 plus 5 for figure 15, right? So if I want figure n, what would that be for us? Say it again. Well, no. I mean, that's what the final answer would be, but using this methodology. It's figure 15, and you started with 14. So if I want figure n, you would need to start with 1 less than that, right? So watch this. According to her, we would start with n minus 1, 1 less than the figure number, times 4 plus the 5 that she saw in the middle, right? Now, this 4 is on the outside of the parentheses, so I really need to distribute that. I know I'm kind of distributing it backwards. That's going to be 4n minus 4 plus this 5, and then when I put these together, I'm going to get 4n plus 1. So the result is exactly the same, but the way you go about to approach it is a little different, but they simplify to be the same answer. Okay? Any questions about that? Okay. All right, so let's go in your books. I think it might be page 11. Page 12, sorry. And I can't remember, did we get through any of these? We got through the first one. Okay, so if you remember, we have X is our male students at the college or university, and Y are the female students. And we need to describe what is happening for each of these expressions, okay? So we have x over x plus y and y over x plus y. And we know that x, the males, wish there was something that could tell me when I go in and out if it's going to be too small or too big. The number of males is less than the number of females. We also know that. So what is this? These two expressions, what are they describing? We have x over x plus y, and we have y over x plus y. Who's going to be bold and give me an educated guess? Alex. So males divided by, what is it? All students. I love that. And so if that's for that one, what is the other one? Females. Out of. The number of females out of all students. What kind of numbers are these in general? Are these positive numbers, negative numbers? Are they whole numbers? Integers? What kind of numbers are these? If you have some number over another, they basically are going to be fractions, right? These are fractions. So which one is greater? Am I looking at scenario 1? Is 1 greater than 2? Or is 1 less than 2? Less. Why? Yeah, you have fewer males than you do females. So when you have the same denominator, okay, same denominator, then the numerator, if it is larger, this one is larger, that means that fraction is going to be larger. Okay? So that is less than. Any questions about that one? All right, let's go to the next one. I can't remember if there's 2 or 1. One more. All right, same thing here. We have x minus y divided by 2 and x divided by x plus y. Well, one of these looks very familiar. Very familiar. X over x plus y, yeah. This was in the last problem. What does that represent? The number of males out of all students, right? Yes? Oui. See? Yes. Monir. Monir. What is, anybody, x minus y divided by 2? Oh, man. Looks like it dropped. What is x minus y representing? Hey, come on. You got your book? X minus y. What is that representing? What is x? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say it again. Okay, so it is the males, the number of males, minus the number of females, right? Males divided by females, and then divided by 2. What can you tell me about the number of males minus the number of females? A little bit louder. There are less or fewer males than females. And so it's going to be a negative amount. This numerator, okay, is going to be a negative number. So if you have a negative number and divide that by 2, you're still going to get a negative number, right? So I'm comparing a negative number with, what kind of number was this again? The number of males out of all the students was going to be a fraction. So which one is larger, the negative number or the fraction? The fraction. I thought that one was cool. It's like, oh, negative number. Obviously, that's going to be smaller than the fraction. Does everybody see where we're getting that from these expressions? No? Yes? So the number of males minus the females is a negative value. Yes? Question? Oh, okay. All right. There's one more thing we were supposed to try to get to, but I think I'm going to do this. We're going to skip page 13 for now, and I want you to go to page 63 and 64. You have to use a pencil. Does everybody have a pencil? Oh, right, not 63, 64. Sorry, this is another time. It's probably, what page is that? 14, sorry. Yes, page 14. Page 14, task number 8. Everybody have a pencil? I do not want anyone to use a pen. Do you have a pencil? You got one. All right, I will read this. In Prague, where is Prague? What is Prague? Is that a city, country? Do you know? It's a city. I should know where that's at. Like over in Europe somewhere. Prague, something. In Prague, some sidewalks are made of small, square, black blocks of stone. The blocks are in different shades to make patterns that are in various sizes. So, we're back to our visual patterns. Pattern number 1 is as shown. Pattern number 2. Pattern number 3. I want you to draw the next pattern in the series, which would be pattern number 4 on page, well, at the bottom of that page, page 14. And then I want you to start filling in the table on page 15. Okay? So take a look at the pattern, and I want you to start filling in that pattern at the bottom of the page. So page 14 and page 15. See if you can start filling in the pattern. Hey, come on, man. You gotta try. You need to have a pencil. Got pencils back here. All right, how we doing? That's up to you. I mean, you know whether you would be including them. Yeah, they're a little short, but if you want to include them, you can. All right. How are we doing with the pictures? Everybody have the picture done or not quite? Looks like not quite. Couple more minutes. Gotta watch my time. 54. About 15 more minutes. Okay. So once you have the picture, see if you can start working on the next page and start filling in the table a bit. If you get done, you still got people shading in. It's like art class. Well, good morning. Missed you. Come on in. We are on page 14 in our workbooks. Page 14. Okay. So, every time I think I want to insert a page in here and then I never do it. Irritating. All right, what did you notice? What about this pattern 4? Which I don't have a picture of, and that really irritates me, and every year I forget. Talk to me about pattern 4. Come on. Okay, so we have 4 in the corners. A 4x4 square in the corners. Okay, so let's see. If I do that, I go like this. Now, I don't have my lines here. Like I said, I really need to include this. So this is a 4x4, and this is a 4x4. This is a 4x4. This is a 4x4. And what about the middle square? What is it? 10 by 10, because pattern 1 on the middle one is a 3x3. Pattern 2 is a 5x5. So the inside square seems like it is, increasing by 3 from the pattern. So pattern by 3? What is it? By 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But from pattern 2 goes to 5. Pattern 1 goes to 3. Pattern 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So is it a 10 by 10? 9 by 9. Okay. So here, this would be supposed to be a 9 by 9. But if you put these in the direct outside corners, you seem to have a whole lot more in here than 9, don't you? But lots of you kind of figured that out, I think, from what I was looking at. Several of you did. Because the 9 by 9 really would need to be a little bit smaller. Oof. Let's just make this big and obvious. 9 by 9 would have to be a little bit smaller. The 4 by 4 shrinks in. This 4 by 4 shrinks in. This shrinks in a little. Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of deceiving, isn't it? Because if you just start putting 4 by 4s in all the outside corners, you're not going to get the correct picture, right? Yeah, which was a little bit irritating. So this is a 9 by 9. This is a 4 by 4. 4 by 4. That's why I said you have to do it in pencil. Okay? So now that we have a little bit more accurate of a picture, or at least we think in our head we should, let's take a look. What do you notice about the number of white blocks and the number of gray blocks? So let's look back here. The number of white blocks compared to the number of gray blocks. White versus gray. How many white blocks do we have in pattern 1? 12. 3 times 4, which is 12. How many gray blocks do we have? 13. How many white blocks do we have in pattern 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many white blocks? 40. So that is 4 times 10, which is 40. How many gray blocks? How many gray blocks in pattern 2? 41. How many white in pattern 3? 84. And how many gray blocks? 85. So, can we make a generalization? What do we notice about the number of white blocks and the number of gray blocks? Yeah, the number of gray blocks is one more than the number of white blocks, right? Okay. The total number of blocks on problem number 3 can be found by squaring the number of blocks along one side of the pattern. Fill in the blank spaces in this list. The total number of blocks can be found by squaring the number of blocks along one side. Well, yeah, it's a square, right? So the side squared gives you the total number of blocks. So 25 is 5 squared. 81 is equal to what squared? 9 squared. 169 is equal to, you guys got to know those squares. 13 squared. And 289 is equal to 17 squared. So how many blocks will pattern number 5 need? Pattern number 5. So now I need to look back at the picture. You guys are lucky you can go back and forth. Pattern number 5. So pattern 1 is a what size? Pattern 1 is a what size square? 5 by 5, or a 5 squared, right? Pattern 2 is a what? 9 by 9, or a 9 squared. Pattern 3 is 13 by 13. Okay. And they want to know how many blocks will pattern number 5 need? So it's increasing by 4. So pattern 4 is a 17 by 17. Pattern 5 would be 21 by 21, right? That's what you said, right? 21 by 21, or 21 squared, which is 400. 20 by 20 is 400. So 21 times 21. What would that be? 421? Somebody. Has anybody got a calculator? Twenty-one times 21. 441. I should have known that. So, how many blocks will pattern number N need? Oh, they always got to throw in that N. How many blocks will pattern N need? So let's look at this again. Pattern 1 was a 5 by 5. Pattern 2 was 9 by 9. Pattern 3, 13 by 13. Pattern N. Pattern N. N squared. And that's for total number of blocks. Well, we had pattern 5 was 21 squared. If, according to what you said, that would have been 5 squared, which is only 25. So that's a lot fewer than 441. How many blocks will pattern number N need? How are these, what's happening to these numbers? If pattern 1 is 5 by 5, pattern 2 is 9 by 9, pattern 3, 13 by 13. How much are they going up or down by? 4. So there must be a 4 in there somewhere. So pattern N has something to do with 4. So when you look at pattern 1 and it's a 5 by 5, how do we get the 4 in there with that? What? I know. Does your brain hurt after this class? It should sometimes. All right. I feel like we're getting behind a little bit more every time. But, I mean, that's good because you want to make sure everybody's seeing what happens, okay? All right. We will resume there tomorrow. We are almost done. Almost done. But there was that other one page too. So, just a reminder, homework number 2. Should we try to get that done today? Remember that all the homeworks are on Canvas? Also, Unit 1 test is on August 28th. That is 1 week from this Friday. So that means next Wednesday and Thursday, we will have 2 days to work on a review worksheet. Okay? So, we are still working. We're still, trying to check some of this stuff out. We will pick it up there and then move on from this tomorrow.